Greetings, heathens and heretics, and welcome to the second episode of Travels in the Abyss. And I'm in Manila in the Philippines with Albert, who plays in a death metal band called VASSAGO, and he's here to talk to us about the Filipino metal scene, why you should come to the Philippines, and all of the influences and things like that happen out here. And it's such a refreshing change to be talking with people who are not necessarily Eurocentric when it comes to their metal. So, Albert, thanks for doing this.
No problem.
Can you tell us about your main band is VASSAGO, and
Yes.
that's been going since 2017?
2015, actually.
2015.
That's where we
And
started.
your album's on Bandcamp, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah.
And we're currently working on new stuff, in fact.
So can you tell us about your projects then?
Okay, so aside from VASSAGO, I also play for a thrash metal band called Corrupt Insanity. That's been around longer. I guess when it was first founded, it was in maybe the late 90s,
Right.
early 2000s. But I recently joined the band probably for the last couple of years. And it plays influenced highly by Bay Area thrash.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
who would you say your main influences then?
Personally, I listen to everything from thrash to death to black. But I also have this weird interest and affinity for doom metal stuff as well. I'm a big fan of Paradise Lost.
Yeah, and everyone on the podcast is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the new album?
Oh, in passing, I have been listening to the last album much more, but I think I should give it a little bit more time. Yeah. So there.
As someone that's in a variety of different metal bands here in Manila, do you get a lot of opportunity to play? Are there many venues? What's the scene like here?
Oh, well, the venues in Manila that plays metal, you can pretty much count which one those are, because primarily the wider music scene is very wide, right? And it could tend to have specific venues that cater to metal. Not every venue caters to metal, unfortunately. But I would say in Quezon City, we have around 3 or 4 of them. And then next week, my band VASSAGO is opening for a death metal band from Japan. It's happening in Makati, which is near the airport.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So which type of bands visit Manila on a regular basis? Do you get many of the big bands that come through, or is it mostly smaller bands?
You know what? In the earlier days, no. But I guess in the past, I'd say 8 years, a lot of the bigger bands have come. We've had the opportunity to open for Incantation. We opened for Incantation, and we opened in Cebu, not even in Manila, right? So among the death metal bands that I've seen locally, it would be Cannibal Corpse. I've seen Immolation. I've seen Incantation. I've seen Pestilence. And I'm just thinking on the top of my head because there's been quite a while. I've seen Suffocation twice. I've seen... I haven't seen Deicide. I was like thinking, have I seen Deicide? No. I've seen Exodus. I've seen Testament twice. I've seen Slayer twice. I haven't seen Metallica though.
They've never come?
They have, but I was too young when they did. Okay. That was 1994. so
what influences does like the traditional Filipino culture have on metal here? Like, do you blend anything together, or what about the language?
For sure. I would say, especially when it comes to our the mystical side of our culture. And I know a few bands who've actually adopted those themes in their music, because we have a huge ghost culture and supernatural culture. We have a variety of mythical creatures that creep into the night and prey on the babies, and they have used those themes. We haven't though, personally, but others have.
Are there any bands that are based in the Philippines or in the local proximity that you think people back in like Europe and North America should like try and check out?
There are a lot, and I would say my favorite ones, I would start with the death metal ones, okay? Yeah. Pathogen, Amaranhig, Blasphemous Cremation, that's an older band, but I do see them and I like them a lot. Um, I would say because I'm a little bit more leaning to the old school death metal. There are brutal death metal and new school death metal bands, but I look at the old OSDM ones much more. We also have quite a few in other regions, like in Davao and Cebu. Menterio comes to mind. Um, we have Legion, and Legion is now a new. The member of Legion has a new band called. Um, Wait, it just escapes me right now, but I'll remember it in a bit. Um, we're playing with them next week as well. Punebre is one band, and they're very much Alex, the guitar player of that, is very connected in the international scene as well. Pagan Fire
Right.
is one big thrash metal band locally that has a lot of connections. Daifago, which is a big black metal band. They're not based here anymore, but they're Filipino.
Right.
They recently had a tour here. Incarion is a black metal band also from Manila, although haven't seen them play in a while. And so on. There are a lot actually.
How kind of widespread in like pop culture here is heavy metal? Is it accepted? Is it still really underground?
Oh no, there are more mainstream metal bands. I wouldn't say mainstream pop culture. The pop culture is a totally different level altogether.
What
Right?
would you say that is? Do you get a lot of K-pop here?
Um, for the younger generation,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for the younger
Do you
generation.
hate it as much as I do?
You know what?
Because I used to live in
Yeah.
Korea and it's just the bane of my life.
Oh, I understand that. Well, when I was younger, I used to hate more
Yeah.
the music, but it's like, oh well, you're just younger, so probably that's why you like that. But I don't really care for it that
What
much.
about like if I'm coming to Manila, are there any areas I can go to or shops that I can go to if I want to buy vinyl?
Oh, there are still a few of them. What comes to mind? Yeah, they're small,
Yeah.
but they're smaller shops though.
Okay.
I think a lot of the transactions for vinyl happens online now, though. Here.
And so if going back to people coming to Manila or the Philippines in general, because I think people if you said the Philippines to people back in England, they're immediately going to start thinking about beaches. But obviously, it's a huge country.
Yeah.
What should people come and do here and visit if they just don't want to go to the beach?
Oh well, I would say that we're pretty proud of our food culture.
And it's good.
Oh, yeah.
And I've come here from Saudi Arabia where I can't get pork, and all I've been eating for the last 3 days is pork, and it's fantastic.
There's a lot to
Yeah.
explore in terms of food, and even in terms of places to visit aside from beaches. There are some cultural spots there. Sorry, it's getting louder.
Someone's trying to drown this out with pop music.
It's probably
It's K-pop. They've heard us.
K-pop. Doesn't matter really.
Okay.
But anyway, there are places. It depends on what your interests are. But what I can say is that pretty much we have it for you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think as well,
yeah.
one thing that most people would think of when they think of the Philippines as well is this, that it is quite westernized here, and it's ridiculously easy to get about, transport everything, because everyone speaks English.
Oh yeah.
And this is really weird as a language teacher.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is like you'll have these very mixed conversations where people are interspersing like Tagalog with English, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
But it's great. So it's really, really easy to get around here. Public transport's good. Grab and everything.
Oh, I'm glad you think it's good. It's terrible, but
for Asia, right? Because I'm not saying it's maybe as good as Japan, but like coming from Vietnam, it's definitely better. There is no public transport in Vietnam, hardly.
Okay.
In Hanoi, anyway. Is there anything else you want to talk about regarding your projects? Anything else you've got coming up, or that you think you'd like people to know about?
Well, there is a big thriving metal scene in the Philippines. A lot of it is underground, admittedly, and it's not because most of it is intentional. In fact, just keeping the underground spirit alive, because a lot of the older metalheads, the tradition has been passed on.
Yeah.
even from the 80s.
Yeah.
That is saying, real metal has to be this way.
Yeah.
Real metal has to be kept at a certain sanctity.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't blend in with the mainstream.
So basically, what you're saying is that in Filipino metal culture, gatekeeping is acceptable.
Well,
Because
it is an issue like everywhere in the world. But personally, I don't think it's totally a bad thing. You don't have to be an asshole about it, right? You don't have to be condescending or hurtful.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But there is a place for it because
in terms of protecting the traditions and everything, yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Albert, thank you so much
No problem.
for your time. How would you say "stay metal" in Tagalog?
I would borrow the phrase from Pagan Fire, kamatayan sa uwad na metal.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take care.